2016, a Storm Track 5 special presentation. Here is Storm Track 5 Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks and the Storm Track 5 weather team.
Welcome to Storm Alert 2016. I'm meteorologist Dave Dirks, along with meteorologists David Boyd, Chris Michaels, and Ricky Matthews. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll take a look back at the historic tornado outbreak 5 years ago on April 27th and show you and your family how to be prepared for future severe weather events. On April 27th, 2011, our region was impacted by a historic tornado outbreak. We know that that day is still painful to many. 5 years later, the memories that night are still fresh in our minds, and the names of those people we lost still hit home. In total, about a dozen tornadoes struck Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee, the strongest being an EF3 in Glade Spring, Horse Creek, and Camp Creek. The Camp Creek EF3 was a very strong tornado that occurred in an uncommon zone for twisters, right near the mountains. Many people in our region thought tornadoes couldn't occur in the mountains.
That's right, Dave. But as we learned on that night, they can and do. And one of the best ways for us as meteorologists to improve future warnings and forecasts is to look back at previous storms like the Camp Creek one. I visited the National Weather Service in Morristown to see what they've learned from that April night. In the typically peaceful mountains of Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee, there's a common myth that tornadoes can occur. The myth centers on the height of the mountains, tall enough by legend to disrupt the tornadic winds. However, on April 27th, 2011, we learned that tornadoes can and do occur in the mountains, sometimes with deadly consequences. The Camp Creek tornado was one of the strongest that night, with winds of more than 140 miles per hour. That ranks as an EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale. So what exactly happened? Why was this tornado so strong? Researchers at the National Weather Service have looked over the data from that dark April night to try and find some clues. David Holtz is the Science and Operations Officer at the National Weather Service office in Morristown, Tennessee.
One thing we noticed by doing some research and looking at that Camp Creek tornado is that we noticed when it came across the mountains, and specifically for Short Mountain, when it came off Short Mountain, we noticed the intensity of the tornado, or at least the development of the tornado, quickly intensified.
And elevation may not have been the only factor playing into the storm's strength. Holtz believes that gravity waves, little fluxes in the atmosphere, may also have had an impact on the tornado's destruction.
One thing we noticed as the gravity waves went into the Camp Creek tornado, that it really rapidly intensified across the Greene County area.
Of course, every tornado is unique, and what goes for one tornado may not apply to all. But the Camp Creek tornado serves as a reminder to always take warnings seriously, no matter where you live. Alerting you to severe weather danger, meteorologist Ricky Matthews, News 5, WCYB.
The tornado that hit Glade Spring was one of the worst weather disasters ever in this area. News 5's P.J. Johnson was the first reporter on the scene that night, and he recently returned to Glade Spring to find out how the community has recovered from the storm.
If you look closely, you can still see the scars from the night a tornado slammed into Glade Spring.
It was 1:15 in the morning. The tornado, packing winds of 140 miles an hour and 3/4 of a mile wide, came this way. It killed 3 people that night, including Bobby Blevins. And now, 5 years later, this is all that's left of his place.
The community has made an incredible recovery. The houses on Stagecoach Road were severely damaged, but over 90% were either rebuilt or repaired. 83-year-old Ed Sweat has lived in this home for over 50 years. But 5 years ago, the walls crumbled around him. But he knew it wasn't the end.
It didn't last that long. It 3 or 4 minutes, and it was over with.
That was enough to destroy your house.
Yeah.
Ed says the neighborhood now looks better than it did 5 years ago. But he misses the old barn that once stood across the street. And something else is gone as well.
And anymore, you don't see the birds that was in here. I miss the birds a whole lot,
The business community has made a recovery as well. The Petro truck stop and the Iron Skillet restaurant look as good as new. Same story across the street at the Marathon gas station. Down the road, Fred Hicks has hammered out a new life. The tornado wiped out his tire store and nearly took him and his daughter with it. But Hicks has now rebuilt his business block by block.
I went from one day to the next. Didn't know how to get to the next day, but it came about. It took 5 years, and a lot of good neighbors helped me. But I just kept on pecking at it so I could get it back up and get the doors open.
Hicks knows he's one of the lucky ones, but he doesn't want anyone to forget what happened 5 years ago in Glade Spring.
It was bad because the people lost their lives here. That's the worst part about it. But for me, it was a challenge to see if I could get it back up and get it going.
And that's what Hicks and the entire community have done. They have survived the storm and made a comeback against the longest odds. For Storm Alert 2016, I'm PJ Johnson reporting.
Storm Alert 2016 is brought to you by Associated Tree Services, Toyota of Kingsport, Marcus Lynch Insurance, and Tri-City Air Conditioning.
The spring sales drive at Toyota of Kingsport means an additional $500 bonus cash on new 2016 Camrys through May 2nd only. That's on top of all other incentives. Plus, other great deals on all new Toyotas at Toyota of Kingsport.
Where saving people money is a Hill family tradition.
I'm Randy Tedder with Associated Tree Service, serving our community for over 25 years in Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. For a free estimate, give us a call.
Call today, 276-628-4866.
Morning, ma'am. We're here to put in your new heat pump.
Don't let these guys into your home. Call the professionals at Tri-City Air Conditioning. We take special care to protect your home and your family. Tri-City Air performs pre-employment and random drug screens, as well as national background checks to ensure your safety and peace of mind. We're fully licensed, bonded, and insured, and we stand behind our work 100%. For all your heating and cooling needs, Tri-City Air Conditioning, protecting your comfort since 1969.
Hello, I'm Marcus Lynch. If you're turning 65 in the next 6 months, or if you're new to Medicare, I want to meet with you personally. I'm a full-time health insurance agent licensed in both Tennessee and Virginia. I'll take the time to help you understand how Medicare works so you can choose a health plan that's right for you. Call me today for an appointment. I can come to you anywhere in Northeast Tennessee or Southwest Virginia. So, if you're new to Medicare or if you're turning 65 soon, call me now at 1-800-876-5821.
From kitchen backsplashes to tile showers, Steele's Floor Coverings is your place for complete kitchen and bathroom remodeling. Give us a call to schedule your free in-home estimate. Steele's Floor Coverings, Still, Kingsport's Prestige Decorating Center.
The spring sales drive at Toyota of Kingsport means an additional $500 bonus cash on new 2016 Camrys through May 2nd only. That's on top of all other incentives. Plus, other great deals on all new Toyotas at Toyota of Kingsport.
Where saving people money is a Hill family tradition.
Looking back at April 2011, I remember being glued to the radar here in the Weather Center and trying to get the word out about so many dangerous storms. We were under at least 4 different tornado warnings here at the station, and I remember hearing the hail on the roof. I'll also never forget seeing the definite signatures on radar of a tornado. I learned a lot from that night, and I felt even more prepared now for when the next storm hits.
The main objective of the Storm Track 5 weather team is to alert you, the viewer, to the danger of severe weather. Behind the scenes, we stay busy 24 hours a day, tracking storms, creating accurate forecasts while using the latest in meteorological technology. Since the most important part of our job is alerting viewers to any severe weather heading our way, all of our work begins right here in our state-of-the-art Storm Track 5 Weather Center. We have 4 full-time, degreed and experienced on-air meteorologists. An accurate forecast is essential, and we utilize the latest computer model information that analyzes the atmosphere and how it will change with time. We also analyze the latest satellite and radar data, and we put all of this together, make our forecast, and begin creating our on-air presentation. We have to determine what is the most important aspect of the day's weather. When severe weather is expected or occurring, Max Alert Radar is the most useful tool that we have that allows us to track the most dangerous part of a storm and when that storm is going to impact a particular area. For example, we can look into a storm using our velocity scope technology and determine whether the storm has rotation, which could lead to the development of a tornado, even before one touches the ground. We also utilize the latest dual-pole radar technology, such as the correlation coefficient, or the CC scope that searches for and identifies debris from a tornado and where that damage is occurring. Max Alert Radar also allows us to examine a line of storms from a 3D perspective. This gives viewers a bird's eye view of the structure of dangerous weather and what communities are likely to be affected. Other important features include the ability to track the number of lightning strikes and where they are occurring. And when flash flooding is concerned, Max Alert Radar can estimate how much rain has fallen over a specific area and help us alert viewers to the possibility of flash flooding. The most critical weather information we can provide is when a storm is going to affect your hometown. Using our tracking software, we are able to predict when a storm will arrive right down to the very minute.
Severe weather can strike any time of year. Severe thunderstorms and tornadoes are more common in the spring and summer months, but have occurred in our region in every month of the year. The Storm Track 5 weather team works hard to alert you days in advance of the potential of severe weather. We often use our Severe Threat Tracker, Future Track Radar, and 7-day forecast to highlight any potential dangers ahead of time. If you miss a newscast, you can see this information on our website or mobile apps. But on the day of severe weather, how do you get severe weather alerts? Since you can't always be near a TV, we provide many ways to get the message. You can watch our News 5 live stream on our website or in our mobile apps. Speaking of apps, you can use an interactive radar, get severe weather alerts, view the hourly forecast, and the future radar in our News 5 and Storm Track 5 mobile apps. They are available for free in the App Store and Play Store. You can sign up for email and text alerts for your county or multiple counties on our website, WCYB.com. We also post frequent updates on our WCYB Facebook page, Twitter pages, and other social media sites. I talked with Sullivan County EMA Director Jim Bean about ways local communities can alert you about emergencies.
If you have a residential line, then your phone is automatically entered into the reverse 911 system.
He said registering your cell phone with reverse 911 is essential to getting important alerts.
Those people that just have a cell phone can go on the website and register their cell phone to their specific address.
Check with your city or county to find out if they have a reverse 911 sign up for your cell phone. Having a NOAA weather radio is also a great backup. Be sure the batteries are working. Don't let a power outage keep you from getting the vital weather information you need. And while you're at it, check the flashlight and emergency kit.
My most memorable storm has to be the tornado outbreak of April 16th, 2011 in the state of North Carolina. 30 tornadoes dropped in just one day, one of which was in my hometown. Got to see the damage and really just solidified the fact that this is what I wanted to do for a living. And in fact, if April 27th never happened, that would have been the major tornado outbreak of 2011.
I'm Randy Tedder with Associated Tree Service, serving our community for over 25 years in Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. For a free estimate, give us a call.
Call today, 276-628-4866.
Morning, ma'am. We're here to put in your new heat pump.
Don't let these guys into your home. Call the professionals at Tri-City Air Conditioning. We take special care to protect your home and your family. Tri-City Air performs pre-employment and random drug screens, as well as national background checks to ensure your safety and peace of mind. We're fully licensed, bonded, and insured, and we stand behind our work 100%. For all your heating and cooling needs, Tri-City Air Conditioning, protecting your comfort since 1969.
The spring sales drive at Toyota of Kingsport means an additional $500 bonus cash on new 2016 Camrys through May 2nd only. That's on top of all other incentives. Plus, other great deals on all new Toyotas at Toyota of Kingsport.
Where saving people money is a Hill family tradition.
Recently, 6,000 residents of Northeast Tennessee have been notified that their Medicare Advantage plan will end on midnight, May 31st. If this affects you, stay tuned for an important message from Marcus Lynch.
Hello, I'm Marcus Lynch. Is your Medicare Advantage plan closing its doors? Call me now at 1-800-876-5821 to find out what your options are. You have a limited time to enroll into another Medicare health plan, so call me today at 1-800-876-5821.
This is the moment.
This is the moment here.
This is where we want to be.
It's just that voice inside that tells you to never give up.
I didn't didn't come here to try out. I came here to win.
This could be your time now.
I've been given a really unique gift, and I want to use it.
I think your dad looking down on you would be very proud of you right now. We need you on the show. It's a yes.
Severe weather can take a toll on us, not just physically, but emotionally. We spoke with a number of people from our area who say their anxiety about storms is a tough battle to fight.
Of course, I'm by nature an anxious person.
When storms hit, the anxiety only gets worse for folks like DJ Sweeney of Wise County.
It comes from sudden, abrupt changes where lightning and thunder.
DJ says his anxiety calmed down in middle school, but then in college.
There were some storms that kind of lit the fire again for the fear.
DJ is not alone.
Yeah, but I'm ahead of it now.
It oftentimes takes a trigger for storm anxiety to kick in. For many in our area, that trigger became the tornadoes of April 27th, 2011. Lynn Carriger remembers the day and days that followed, even though she didn't take a direct hit in Bristol, Virginia.
I guess when it really hit home was when the tornadoes come through Glade.
Since then, her four-legged friend helped calm the nerves a bit. Odie is a service dog and knows exactly what to do when the weather acts up.
We can do a bang, too. Odie, he picks up on my senses of being nervous, and so he clings to me. And if I sit down, he's up here where he belongs doing his job.
While Lynn was miles away from the Glade Spring tornado, Megan McEwen was too close for comfort in Butler, Tennessee.
He said, well, the tornado had touched down right and basically went all the way around the house and took about 200 trees.
The storm intensified her anxiety, not just for herself. While the tornado was passing through, Megan had a 2-year-old and was 6 months pregnant.
And I think that's the biggest thing, especially now that I'm a mother, is just making sure that my family's safe. And I think since I've become a mother, it's gotten worse.
Her motherly instinct kicks in, and her faith remains strong.
There's a lot of nights during storms that I pray myself to sleep. So I know the good Lord is the only one that can control the weather, and he's not going to allow anything to happen to us that he doesn't have in his will, but it's still hard not to worry about it.
Especially for those that lived through the 2011 outbreak, it's tough not to be scared. But being scared can make things worse. If you're scared, you think frantically, make poor decisions, and put yourself at higher risk. If you're prepared, however, you think more clearly, make better decisions, and lower your risk of injury or worse during storms. Joining me now to talk more about how to prepare for the storm is meteorologist Ricky Matthews.
Chris, tornadoes can impact us any time of the day, so it's important to know where to go no matter where you are. Signs of tornado damage still linger in parts of our area, even 5 years after the storms. These trees, toppled in Glade Spring, stand as a reminder to always be prepared for severe weather. Knowing where to go when a tornado approaches can be the difference between life and death. In a home, the safest place to be is in a basement. But if no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor interior room. In many homes, this is your closet or bathroom. Grab blankets and pillows and cover your head with your hands. Helmets also offer excellent protection during tornadoes. Studies have shown that wearing a bicycle, motorcycle, or football helmet can significantly reduce your risk of head trauma in a tornado. But what if you're not at home and instead you're traveling? If you're driving down the road and a tornado warning is issued, you have a few options. The first and best option is to get out of your vehicle and take shelter in a nearby building. But if that's not possible, you can either stay in your vehicle with the seatbelt on or get out of your vehicle and take shelter in a low spot such as a ditch or culvert and cover your head with your hands. Businesses, churches, and schools should also have identified the safest place for you to be if a storm threatens while you're there. Ask your employer, preacher, or school administrator where the safest place to be is. If they don't know or don't have a plan in place, encourage them to create one. Everyone needs to have a plan and practice it regularly to be prepared when storms threaten. Alerting you to severe weather danger, meteorologist Ricky Matthews, News 5 WCYB.
I remember the large hail that was pelting the station, and we weren't entirely sure that it wasn't a tornado. Tremendous amounts of hail the way it sounds right now over top Bristol. I'm not sure if that isn't like strong winds. We knew it was a dangerous night and felt compelled to provide the continuous coverage that night. But what I remember most is how horrible I felt when we began hearing and seeing the destruction from that scary night.
Be ready for severe weather with Storm Track 5. In a severe storm, every second counts. That's why Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks and the Storm Track 5 weather team are always on watch, tracking storms and alerting you early.
A severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued for the following counties.
They know you depend on them to keep you and your family safe. The Storm Track 5 weather team, alerting you to severe weather danger on News 5, Fox Tri-Cities, and WCYB.com.
Hello, I'm Marcus Lynch. If you're turning 65 in the next 6 months, or if you're new to Medicare, I want to meet with you personally. I'm a full-time health insurance agent licensed in both Tennessee and Virginia. I'll take the time to help you understand how Medicare works so you can choose a health plan that's right for you. Call me today for an appointment. I can come to you anywhere in Northeast Tennessee or Southwest Virginia. So, if you're new to Medicare or if you're turning 65 soon, call me now at 1-800-876-5821.
Who's #1 in the Tri-Cities? You are at Toyota of Kingsport.
Friend, the spring sales drive here at Toyota Kingsport means great selections, huge savings, and no payments till July.
No payments till July?
That's right. Drive a new Corolla just $159 a month. A new Camry, $179 a month. A new RAV4, $199 a month. And 90 days till your first payment.
That leaves you with plenty of springtime cash.
The spring sales drive means you'll live well in your new Toyota from Toyota of Kingsport.
Toyota of Kingsport, where saving people money is a Hill family tradition.
Morning, ma'am. We're here to put in your new heat pump.
Don't let these guys into your home. Call the professionals at Tri-City Air Conditioning. We take special care to protect your home and your family. Tri-City Air performs pre-employment and random drug screens, as well as national background checks to ensure your safety and peace of mind. We're fully licensed, bonded, and insured, and we stand behind our work 100%. For all your heating and cooling needs, Tri-City Air Conditioning, protecting your comfort since 1969.
I'm Randy Tatter with Associated Tree Service, serving our community for over 25 years in Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. For a free estimate, give us a call.
Call today, 276-628-4866.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks and the Storm Track 5 weather team are always on watch, tracking storms and alerting you early. The Storm Track 5 weather team, alerting you to severe weather danger on News 5, Fox Tri-Cities, and WCYB.com.
I wasn't in the area for the April 27th outbreak, but I remember keeping track of it at home in Virginia and seeing how it impacted Alabama and then later in the night, the Tennessee and Virginia region. Since then, I've gone back and looked at some of the radar to try and get a better understanding of what these storms look like so that if we ever have another outbreak, I know what to look for.
Severe thunderstorms can happen any time of the year, but they're most frequent during the months of March, April, May, June, and July, especially in May and June. So let's review the different types of weather alerts. We like to give you an outlook a few days in advance, giving you a heads up at the potential of severe weather over a large area. Then, the day of the event, a watch is likely issued. This gives you a heads up a few hours in advance. Now, a warning is then issued, and that sometimes gives you an advance notice of just a few minutes, potentially up to an hour. Now, this is an example of an outlook. Now, notice the legend here: marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, and high. These are the different risk levels in the outlook. A marginal risk for severe thunderstorms means isolated severe storms are possible with winds 40 to 60 miles an hour, potential for quarter-sized hail. In general, the risk for tornadoes is low. A slight risk of severe storms means scattered severe storms are expected with strong winds, potential for some large hail, maybe a tornado or two in the slight risk zone. Then an enhanced risk means numerous severe storms are expected in the region with damaging winds, large hail, and the potential for a few tornadoes. Then a moderate risk. That means widespread severe storms are likely. That's what the region was under back in April of 2011. And of course, that means wind damage, large hail, and potential for strong tornadoes. Then a high risk of severe weather, that's usually reserved for the middle of the country. Let's review the difference between a watch and a warning. A watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather. A warning means that severe weather is occurring or is expected soon. Here's some other differences. A watch usually lasts for a few hours. A warning usually just lasts for several minutes to up to an hour. A watch is in effect for a large area, several counties, where a warning is in effect for a small area, just a few counties. So just to review, a warning means you need to take action right now. Severe weather is occurring or imminent. A watch means conditions are favorable and you need to keep an eye out for the latest weather information.
During severe weather, our viewers are the eyes and ears of what's occurring during dangerous weather conditions. We encourage you to share storm report pictures that can help us gather critical weather information. We can receive pictures in a variety of ways. You can email your pictures to us at weather@WCYB.com, and you can also share your photos on our WCYB and Storm Track 5 Facebook pages, as well as through Twitter. Another option is to upload your images directly to our website at WCYB.com/weather/your-photos. Just a couple of reminders. When taking pictures, only do so when it's safe. And if possible, send images that are horizontally, not vertically. This fits a TV format much better. Also, please provide your name, location, and where the picture was taken, and a brief description of the photo. Your storm reports and pictures are so important, and hope you will consider being an integral part in alerting our viewers to the danger of severe weather.
One of the severe weather threats that's often overlooked by the general population is flooding. Now, with the warmer air we get in the spring and the summer comes a higher threat for that. And per year, we average 43 flash flood warnings since 1986. Now, the best place to be in your home is higher up. The lower you are in your house, the more susceptible you are to any rushing floodwater. Now, if you're on the roads, obviously you've heard that saying, turn around, don't drown, but it just comes down to common sense. If you see a flooded roadway, turn around. Your car can easily float. You never know how deep the water is, and the road could be washed out from underneath you.
You know, the Weather Center has really changed since 5 years ago, David.
That's right, Dave. A much bigger set, more computers, more storm tracking tools, and now more meteorologists.
We hope you feel better prepared for this severe weather season. Know that the Storm Track 5 weather team is always here to alert you to the next severe weather danger. For the entire team, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks. Good night.
This has been Storm Alert 2016. Thanks for watching. Storm Alert 2016 is brought to you by Associated Tree Services, Toyota of Kingsport, Marcus Lynch Insurance, and Tri-City Air Conditioning.